What's up, beautiful stars? Well, welcome to my channel. If you are new, like, subscribe, and so I'm just gonna jump right into it. No real big intro. This is um, sort of like a part 2 to the previous video that I did. What did your mother want to say? If you haven't watched that yet, definitely check that out. It doesn't matter if your mother is passed on or still alive. It doesn't matter if she's in your life, out of your life. That will give you a general idea of what she would want to say, whether she's ever said it or not, because it's tapping into her higher energy. Now I'm going to do the same thing except with the father. Now it's funny because the literal back of the deck is the father, and this is going to be a message. What does your father want to say to you? He may or may have said it already or haven't said it, but remember, if something doesn't resonate, this is a general collective reading, so take what fits and leave what does not, because it means that it's not for you. I do have 3 piles here. If more than one calls out to you, that's fine. So yeah, this is going to be what your father wants to say to you. It doesn't matter if he is in your life, out of your life. It doesn't matter if you have met him before, or it doesn't matter if he is no longer with us. This is going to be a general collective reading. At any point in time that you hear something, like I said, and it doesn't resonate at all with you, that means it's not for you. This is a collective. If you want a personal reading, definitely think about checking and reading the description box below, because that is where all that super juicy important information is, how to get in contact with me, WAISTBEADS, all that kind of good stuff. So with that being said, side note, I have these patchouli crystal incense right here, and it's funny because it's a throat chakra. And then it's also funny because I chose blue sticky notes to write the letter on. Communication, throat chakra. So that's just interesting. So the other back of the deck energy is thoughts. Okay, so we all know that our thoughts are very, very powerful. What we think about ourselves, what we think about our situation, what we think about our childhood, what we think about our life, all brings things to fruition. Okay, so good or bad, your thoughts create your reality. So that's just something to think about with the back of the deck energy right here. I don't know if I showed you guys, but yeah, thoughts. And the other final card right here is going beyond normal as the back of the deck energy. And with that right there, that's like going beyond normal. Like, you're not meant to struggle. You're not meant to be a victim. You're not meant, to just be stuck and stranded and things like that. Like, you're meant to have all these bright, flourishing ideas, and you're meant to pursue them, and you're meant to just have this big, grand adventure full of lessons and blessings and happiness and things like that. So with that being said, let's take our 3 deep mindful breaths. Inhale, exhale, and ask yourself, what does my dad want me to know? What message does my dad have for me? What pile resonates most with me? Okay, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, guys, remember I said if more than one pile calls out to you, that is perfectly okay. I will give you a minute to choose. You can choose between the bee, the soccer ball, or the carnelian stone. I mean, not the carnelian. I keep wanting to call this carnelian, but it's citrine. Okay, I'm going to start with the bee. If you chose any one of the other ones, skip to your pile. Okay, guys, so if you chose the bee, from this bee right here, I get hard worker, abundance, opportunity, wealth, creation, and business movement. So right here, so your father could have been a hard worker or a workaholic. If you chose this pile, this could also represent your character. Okay, so I'm going to read the letter. It says, I wish you the best out of life, with or without me. Okay, let's jump into your cards. You have Orphan, you have Baby in reverse, and so with these two cards right here, your father could have been out of your life. You probably don't know your father, or yeah, he just wasn't there in your life. And so yeah, let's find out what he wants to say to you. And remember, guys, it doesn't matter if they are actually in your life or if they've never met you. This is tapping into their energy, their energy. Okay, so even if they have never said anything or if you've never met them, this is still the energy up. The Mother is in reverse. 5 of Earth. I already heard player. I don't know why I heard. Okay, so I heard player. And then you have faith. And, ooh, you have abundance. So, that's interesting with this B right here. So, yeah, just like the note said, I wish you the best out of life, with or without me. And these two cards right here, faith and abundance, this lets me know that should you continue to have faith that you are worthy of good things, have faith in the trust and have faith in the direction of your course. So the message from the turtle, the message that I get from the turtle right here is to not be in such a rush. Okay, stop trying to rush the process. Okay, stop trying to rush your life. Stop trying to get to the next stage, before you've actually enjoyed where you are right now. So it's like, enjoy where you are right now. You are protected, you are guided. Whenever you need to, tap into that strength and courage. And this right here, this stork, it reminds me like a message or a messenger. Like, so you might be receiving some form of news very soon, or have received some recent news about, as far as money or change in finances. With this abundance right here, there there is going to be, like, this is so bright, like, this is just so bright and beautiful, and it's just something for you to look forward to, like a life filled with abundance, a life where you're not just really distraught and broken because, like, you didn't have a father in your life or things like that. Like, and I feel like, yeah, like I said, like, maybe your father was workaholic or just was just not in your life at all. And I feel like you blame your mother, or he blamed your mother, but I feel like also he, like, played a lot of games with you, like, made you, like, I feel like, or this could even be like, you think, but it's like they played a lot of games, and I hopefully you can see that there's a girl right there crying, and it's like, so this right here lets me know, like, they, like, yeah, like, I hear player, but when I look at this card, I feel like mischievous, like mischievous or heartbreaker. There we go. Yeah, just someone with, like, not nice. Yeah. So I feel like not nice, and then you or them blamed your mother for their behavior. Okay, but yeah. So I feel like the thing that they really want, your dad really wants you to know, is that, despite all of this, despite his decisions and despite his choices, he still wishes you the best out of life, whether he's in there, whether he's not. And so if you did blame him for whatever, which is understandable, it's like, I hear don't blame your mother is what I hear. So if you did blame your mother for your father being out of your life, I hear don't blame your mother. Like, there was a lot of things going on at play. Yeah, going on at play. And it's just his own choices. Like, he wasn't really ready, is what I hear. Like, he wasn't really ready. And this is like not to excuse anything, but this is just some messages that want to come out, and I want to make sure that I'm saying them. So it's like he took advantage of you, is what I hear, and you know, of your heart, of your love. He took advantage of that in whatever way that means to you. But yeah, it's like, don't blame your mother. And with this mother in reverse right here, I feel like, oh, and there's another turtle right here. You see that? So that turtle definitely is bearing a message for you to take things slow and to not try and rush yourself through these processes and through these emotions that you have, because it's just like, work through them. Work through feeling abandoned and left, like you were nothing. You might not even have a mother in your life as well, or your mother might not have been the greatest either. And this could also represent this woman figure right here. This could also represent just how he also affected your mother as well. But the main message that I want to get across to you is this faith and abundance. So it's like, despite anything you hear, despite anything you hear, your path isn't set in stone. So it's like, you can continue. There's like 3, different paths here. So you can continue to be the orphan and the girl or the boy who didn't have good parents, or didn't have the best life, and this is this orphan and this baby right here in reverse, like, and oh, he also could have left you when you were a baby, and left your mother while she was pregnant, and so I hear like your mother taking the blame for something, but that's just like, this like tapping into this father energy is just like such a mystery, because it's like, what, like, why, there's like, it's like you're always asking, like, why did this have to happen, like, why couldn't it happen this way? And I feel like that's where you're stuck at when you think about your parents, like, why this and why that. But it's like, focus on the direction that it led you. And even if it led you in a place that was dark and dim, and a lot of other like physical things like left you stranded, it's like, have faith that even though that happened, have faith that there is more for you. Have faith that like your life is going to be abundant. Have faith that you are protected. Have faith that you have the answers. Have faith that anything is possible. Have faith that your future is bright. Because I mean, if you look at these cards, these cards right here kind of are like brown and dim, and then these 2 cards right here are brighter, but the message in them is more of a play games type of, play with your heart type of thing. But you come out of all of that, and then there's just so much brightness. Okay, so it's like, keep the faith and know that you have the ability to create and work for this beautiful, abundant life. Work toward this beautiful, abundant life. And that's what I have for you. If you want a personal reading, let me know. But I hope this gave you insight on what your father would want you to know. So until next time, guys, you chose the citrine crystal stone. From this, I feel like this is an artistic stone, like a very creative, creative person, creative energy. And also this stone represents joy, abundance, and transmutation, and a need to look on the bright side of things. That's what this stone right here represents. So let's read your letter. For this says, I wasn't there. I can't change that. I love you. You might not believe me, but I do. So let's read your cards. You have trees, and you have monk or nun in reverse. And so let's see, we have free from judgment, free to love. Wow, you have the 5. No. Okay, guys, you have the 4 of water. You have the Senential, and you have the 5 of water. Okay, guys, so the message that your father has for you, and what he wants you to know. First of all, this free from judgment, free to love. He doesn't want you to judge him or yourself or your situation, so that you can, because what I feel like right here, I feel like you're judging. You're judging, and the judging is leading to blaming, and it's not leading to anything good. But if you allow yourself to observe your situation, or observe your childhood, or I'm getting goosebumps, or observe your life, your past, observe it without judging it, without, well, why they had to do this to me, or why couldn't they have done this, and it, that's judging. Don't judge it, and that's so difficult and that's so hard. But if you can find a place, to where you're calm enough to just observe the situation, and you're free from the judgment, so that you're free to love. I also feel like maybe in this pile, your father is no longer alive, or just there's no connection to him at all. And so what I get right here with this, the four of water, which, like, this card, like, absolutely never comes out, which is so cool. So this free to love, I don't know if you can see his face, but his face is like scarred up, and he's looking in the mirror, and the mirror has 2 faces on it. Yeah, so this right here, this 4 of water, represents letting go the idea of perfect. Your parents aren't perfect, your dad isn't perfect, okay? Your life isn't perfect. You're not perfect, okay? Nobody can be perfect, okay? Nobody can be how we expect them to be all the time, okay? Because those are our expectations for someone else, okay? Love yourself for who you are, and this is just the message that your dad wants you to know. There's an emotional cost for your actions, and what that means is that the emotional cost is just you're judging yourself, so you're looking at yourself with judging eyes, and not looking at yourself, as someone who have overcome so much. You've come so far, okay? You are beautiful. Be aware of your weaknesses, but focus on strengths. Focus on your strengths. And don't beat yourself up or judge yourself because you made a mistake, okay? Mistakes are an opportunity to learn, okay? So this card right here is all about confidence, awareness, self-acceptance, forgiving, self-belief, deserving, receptive, consequences. And the consequences is like you're stuck. Like I feel like a stuck. Like, these 2 cards literally explain it. It's like you can't look in the mirror because you don't see yourself. Okay, you're not accepting yourself, and then there's just this sadness. Okay, longing for answers, or longing for someone to come in, or things to come in, or something to come into your life. And I feel like you're judging yourself, or you're blaming yourself, or you're blaming your father. you know, but this is just the message that's here, that yeah, like, let go of perfect. Nothing in our lives will ever be perfect. There will be like there will be perfect moments, but a perfect life, no. So I'm just gonna read this to you. You are worthy and deserving of all that you dream of, but remember, so is everyone else. What if your joy comes at the expense of another person? Can you stand tall and proud and have respect for yourself if your happiness carries the price of another person's heartbreak or failure? Can you take genuine delight in your circumstances? Unintentional actions that cause hurt are one thing and can be forgiven, but what of the emotional consequences of an act done with awareness and intent? And so that's what your problem is. So maybe something happened to you that you feel like someone else, like someone else hurt you, or, you feel like someone else hurt you. But, like maybe they're not taking responsibility, they're not taking ownership, and that's like really, really affecting you. You have to let that go. You have to let go of that. And because the emotional cost of your actions is that you're going to end up shutting off and shutting down and shutting out the emotions, okay, that comes with that. So if you're not being open to love, that means you're shutting it out. And you think you're just shutting it out from that one person, but really you're shutting it out from everyone that's around you. Okay, and you do have people, like, you might be, like prayer. There are people around you that are praying for you. Or you could be, just praying for a sign, or praying for newness, or praying for a change right here. With this 5 of water, this represents loss. So like I said, like your father could be no longer with us, or you could have like, like there's a loss here, and you also, there's loss, there's betrayal, there's fear, doubt, hopelessness, all with this. Okay, so this is the energy that you're in right now, and I'm getting goosebumps to confirm. Okay, loss, betrayal, fear, doubt, hopelessness, isolation, self-pity, blame. I've been saying that there. Feeling alone and isolated, okay, without hope, consumed by your fears and doubts, unable to see a way forward, trapped in the moment, feeling angry and betrayed. And the thing that you need to do is you need to mourn your father. You need to mourn the loss of your father. And there's a strong chance that you could be playing victim. Okay, and so like that's what this card right here. Okay, and it's because you're, like I said, you're stuck. Like you're shutting off that love emotion because like you think it's cutting off the ties between you and your father, or and how you grew up without a father. But like I said, I do feel like such a sadness. And this right here is just all gentle. Okay, it's just a gentle reminder that while it is a gentle reminder that while it is okay to feel hard, done by now and again, and allow yourself to be swept up in one of life's many dramas, it does not serve us well to embrace a victim mindset on a long-term or permanent basis. There comes a time when we must unlock the emotional chains that bind us and walk free of them. The 5 of water reversed may be asking us whether the moment that we have bound ourselves to has passed, and if so, to accept that what cannot be undone. Therefore, it may be time to stop gnashing our teeth, wailing and moaning and pointing fingers, for continued self-pity is likely to do nothing more than alienate others and hamper our potential. Remember, as always, that we play a part in every situation. We make choices, both passive and active, that influence every outcome that we manifest. New and different choices can be made in the present. Choose to move forward. The 5 of water reversed advises us not to be a slave to emotions and moments that are no longer serving us. It's time to stop feeling sorry for ourselves. Okay, you guys, and finally your card right here, the Sentinel, and this is also like a card that like rarely get as well, so that's interesting. Okay guys, so the sentinel right here represents servant, administrator, meditator, justice, law, organized, trustworthy, and loyal. Okay, so this is calling for you to use your personal power. Question everything. Blind loyalty makes you blind. Is your power real or borrowed? Speak for others. Service to a higher purpose. Okay. This right here talks about how this character, the sentinel, and look, you notice there's a dog right there, and dogs represent loyalty. So you could have a dog, or growing up, or with your dad, you had a dog, or your dad had a dog. Your dad had a dog. Could have had a dog, or you know, dogs is just something that you and him share a common. But this right here is really just telling you, this card right here is telling you to call back your power. You know, yeah, like I got chills like all down my body. Call down there and meditate. You're running away from meditation, like you're avoiding meditation, and at this point, I feel like if you don't start working toward a change, you are going to become stuck in this victim role. And yeah, like this wants to, the letter wants, the sticky note wants me to read it again. It says, I wasn't there. I can't change that. I love you. You might not believe me, but I do. And yeah, so this was really about like stop judging yourself, like find a way to stop feeling sorry for yourself. You cannot change the past. You cannot change the fact that, you know, your father's no longer here. You know, those are things that you cannot change, but there is so much that you can change. And I feel like don't, my daughter started crying. So yeah, there may be a need for you to cry, to let some emotions out in order for you to let some things go. Whatever you need to do to let yourself move forward, allow that to happen. I hear don't take the easy way out. I don't know why I just heard that, but I just literally heard like don't take the easy way out in a very definitely like telling you like don't take the easy way out. I don't know what that means. Like, but yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. I will leave it at that, and I hope this gave you some clarity on what your father would want to tell you. If you chose the soccer ball, I automatically feel like focus on your goal. Your father could also have like football, soccer football, or the actual football. So let's read your cards. It says, probably wishful thinking. Sorry will never be enough, but I am so sorry. Life wasn't what I expected it to be either. You have wisdom, transportation, and forgiveness. So yeah, like the sticky note said, that he did say that he was so sorry, and so yeah, he does want your forgiveness. Whether you are able to give it to him or not, it's just something that, you know, he would like to get from you. And yeah. And this transportation and wisdom, so transportation represents leaving. So this could be like forgive him for leaving, or forgive him for, you know, not being there in the way that a father should. Dream a beautiful dream. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Ooh, the Queen of Water. The Ace of Water in reverse. The Ten of Earth. And the Four of Fire. Okay, wow. With this dream, a beautiful dream here, and this Queen and this Four, this is beautiful energy right here, you guys. So the energy of your father, like the thing that he wants to tell you is to, like, don't let nobody, not even me, no, or him, stop you from living your dreams, stop you from living your best life, and stop pretending to be, someone you're not. Like, who you are right now is enough. Like, you can let yourself shine. You can let yourself grow. I hear you have a heart of gold. Okay. Allow yourself to not only dream, but allow yourself to bring your dreams into reality. Okay. With this Ace of Water right here, being that it's in reverse, it can represent a moment or a situation that has you feeling overwhelmed, denying, or fighting your true feelings. With this right here, we may love, but we are afraid to admit that we love. We may yearn for a connection, but deny our need, and do what we can to prevent bonds with others from forming. Fear of being hurt and disappointed, of discovering that the one we love is not who we thought them to be, simply having unrealistic expectations, can end many new relationships before they even begin. The Ace of Water signifies a need to let down the barriers you may have built around your heart and allow a loving experience or opportunity to unfold free of fear's influence. It asks that you allow a relationship to begin and be explored, whether that relationship be with a person or an interest, before you determine whether it is right or wrong for you. Now that's beautiful, and that's something that your father wants for you. Now that's beautiful. Like, dream a beautiful dream. Okay, so, and now with this Queen of Water right there. So this Queen of Water represents loving, compassionate, empathetic, sensitive, vulnerable, romantic, intuitive, emotional honesty. Trust in your feelings and senses. Look beyond the surface. A bright and positive outcome. To show vulnerability is to show strength. Are you overextending emotionally? Be the embodiment of love. Withdrawing love as a punishment. Use your common sense. So with this, it's funny because it's like right above wisdom, and it says use your common sense. So that was pretty much self-explanatory right here. Like, be compassionate with yourself. Be compassionate and loving towards yourself enough for you to go after your dreams. And I'm getting goosebumps. Like, your dad just wants you. And that's funny because I said focus on your goal. And this is all talking about, like, dreaming a beautiful dream, which could be your goal. And you not putting yourself on hold, and, listening to your needs, listening what you want, not running away from things, forgiving yourself for, whatever it is that you need to forgive yourself for, you don't have to forgive them, but, they are letting you know that they are sorry. And sometimes, it's like when a parent tells us they're sorry, it's like, you need to do better, you need to do more, but it's like, that's your expectations of them. Some people, it's not meant that way, and that sounds so bad, but sometimes it's just not meant that way. Like, our paths are meant to be a certain way for a reason, even though sometimes we can't see it right away. Okay, now with this 10 of Earth, this 10 of Earth represents harmony, highest ideals, reward, inner peace, authenticity, grace, and look within. Do not be daunted by change. Strength gained from experience. Why do you feel lack? Dissatisfaction and discomfort. A time of reward, everything coming together, moving through life with surety. Understand your place and purpose. And a really, really good way to do that is through meditation. So if you have been doing that is something like whenever you're riled up about things changing, just sit with yourself and ask yourself, or like when you're doing something, when you're going after your dream or planning for your dream, are you just going after it for the money? Why do you feel like you lack? You know, it's like bring wisdom. You know, like I said, this like use common sense. Bring wisdom to your dreams. Like make sure that you're not shooting for extremely unrealistic goals. Okay, use your wisdom. All right, you guys, and that's what the message is for here. Like your dad really just would like your forgiveness and is, you know, apologetic, but the message is not really about them. They want you. You know, they want you to allow yourself to dream big, yes, but also if you're going after them, to be realistic when you're going after them, and don't go after it because you feel like you lack something, like you lack money or you lack something. You are enough. That's like you are enough. And like I said, this heart of golden meditation is literally calling your name. So that's what I have for you. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching. I hope this gave you insight on what your dad might want to say to you.